When I stepped foot into that church, and that woman, she's gonna remain nameless.
Okay. We looking for you.
Brought me to the altar and put me in a headlock.
Nah, a headlock?
I'm talking about like, you seen the new Tinkerbell? Put me in the headlock.
That's from the Lord himself.
You know what I'm saying? And in Spanish, but I'm gonna say it in English, but in Spanish, she was like, man, it's better when I say it in Spanish. Yeah. Saca el diablo!
I would have been out.
What's good, everybody? This is Tasha Bay from Insidethemaze, and this is my coming out story. Officially, it wasn't a coming out story. It was a pushed out the damn closet story. I'm a PK, for people who don't know. My mom was a pastor of a church that shall remain nameless. Pretty much, I was doing my thing under wraps. Being a PK, as we all know, in black churches or in churches, period, you get gay, that's not it. It's not a thing. We gonna pray the gay away. I done had so many, like, intercessory prayer services, altar calls. My aunt then came and prayed over my room and threw oil on my posters. It's a lot to be gay, black, Southern, and in the church, so we're just gonna say that. Long story short, so I had a little girlfriend on the side, my first girlfriend. I thought I was doing, so I didn't know what I was doing. It was a hot ass mess. The only person who knew that I had a girlfriend was one of my closest friends. And what so happened was one of the guys from my church, I'm gonna say he was slighted a little bit because he was trying to talk to me at one point, older guy, but you know, when I got a taste of gay, babe, you couldn't tell me shit, cause that was it. He conspired with one of my friend's brothers to actually out me in my whole church. Printed out, he went in AIM. I know everybody remember AIM, so there was an AIM conversation between me and my closest friend. He went through, him and his brother printed out the whole conversation. I came to church. I mean, the elders of the church was in there, the pastors, the ushers, like anybody who had something to do with the church in a title was in that meeting. I got sat down, people didn't want me around their kids. It was a lot, literally because someone who shouldn't have been talking to me in the first place outed me because I was gay and I was a pastor's kid, so it was a mess. I got sat down from all my activities in the church. I will say though, I thank my mother for staying down with me because being a black preacher, a black woman in the church, in a Baptist church, she held her daughter down. That's my dog to this day, so that's my coming out story, and it was a hot ass mess.
Hey, you already know it's your girl, Ms. Mofilla, man, and I'm here with my coming out story, something like that. Being a black Southern girl, okay, raised in the church, my story was kind of interesting. I had this trick with my mom where I knew if I had to tell her anything life-changing or life-altering, I should do it while I'm in the doctor's office because I'm safe there and nothing can harm me there. So with that in mind, I told her I lost my virginity on my way to my first physical. And my coming out story, I pretty much was on my way to have surgery. Very important surgery. And while we were getting prepped, I looked over at we were driving on my way to my prep appointment. And I was kikiing and laughing at my phone, smiling a little too hard. My mom was like, "Who's that in your phone?" And I'm like, "I got a new special friend." And then I just kind of left it there. She kept probing. I didn't answer. Right when we were in the waiting room of the pre-op moment, I then looked over at her and said, "Oh, by the way, my special friend is a girl." Right in that same moment, they called for Monique Poe to come to the back. So my mom got to sit there and not only worry about my health and safety during surgery, but also just digest this news that her daughter has a special friend, and it's a girl? Yeah, give you a little trick, ladies, if y'all coming out, usually give that tip on your way to the doctor's office. I'm just saying. But yeah, after that, unfortunately, being in the church, it wasn't that great of a welcoming party. A lot of my family didn't understand it. It took us a lot of time to get there, and it was easy for me to get away with it, because my first girlfriend, I was able to pass her off as a little friend. You know, we're just watching movies in my room with the door closed at night. Just watching movies, right? But then my now ex-wife, but at that time was soon to be my future wife, came in and she was a hardcore stud. I couldn't hide that one. Fades, tats everywhere. And I knew if she started coming around, I couldn't hide it anymore. So right around that same time was when I had that surgery, and I figured I had to let my mama know what was going on if I wanted to have this woman around. And also, This woman was one of them gold star lesbians, and she ain't play no games, you understand me? If I wasn't coming out, she wasn't gonna be with me. So she low-key forced me out the closet. Boom, and that's my coming out story.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Figs Reyes from Insidethemaze, and this is my coming out story. I was about 13 years old. In high school, I had a crush on this female. She's gonna remain nameless because I don't want those issues right now. And I ended up writing her a letter. And in that letter, there was some things in that letter. I was a fast ass at the age of 13, I'm just saying. And I ended up leaving the letter in my room on my bed. Went to school, came back, and my mother and my father was in the living room with the letter open on the windowsill. I look over to my mom, she's crying. My dad just sitting there nonchalant. I think in his mind, he was probably, I ain't gotta deal with dudes, so I don't give a shit. But my mother was more upset. And honestly, I think it was more so what other people would think and not what she actually felt. So basically, she was just like, you know, screaming at me, telling me like, oh, I'm asking me like, what the hell is this letter? You know, we grew up in church, this is not allowed, this is not of God, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And shit, me being 13, I was scared as shit because at that age, I was still getting my ass whooped, honestly. So I just explained to her, you know, how I was feeling, letting her know that, you know, I like women. I mean, I think she could tell because I was kind of transitioning already into a little baby stud because I had my tight pants and my baggy shirt at that time, so I was kind of covered out a little bit already. And, but anyways, yeah, that's how I came out. She found a letter on my bed, and the letter had some stuff, and she kind of put two and two together. It was a girl, and that's how it went.
What's going on, y'all? You're here with Kayla with the Q from Insidethemaze. I'm about to tell you my coming out story. Let's say my mama, she's foreign, y'all, okay? So trying to come out to a foreign lady is not exactly the easiest thing to do. Well, back in the day, let me start from the beginning. I always, you know, used to be crushing on girls or whatever, but, you know, I had to keep it on the low because of my culture. You know, Cape Verdeans, they don't play that shit. And then I was like 16, I think I like seen somebody like kiss a girl, and I was like, I think I like it. So I wanted to try it. And I liked it, so here we are. And then in 2018, in my big adult age, is when I decided to tell my mom that I was gay. We were on a trip, a family vacation in Hawaii, poolside, chilling, kids playing in the water, and I looked at her and I go, Mom, I need to tell you something. Like, I gotta get this off my chest. And I was like, I'm gay. Her response, you been gay. And that was the end of it. That was literally it. And she accepted me, she loved me, she never looked at me any differently, which I'm super grateful for because I know sometimes that can be such a challenge to come out and, you know, express your true sexuality. So I'm very blessed to say I did not have those problems, but hey, Mom, I'm gay. And that's my coming out story.
No, so can we talk about, though, our true experiences from coming out? Because I know for me, even though my family didn't 100% condemn me, they 100% did start a prayer line. Like, it felt like it was a it was a whole prayer line where it was like the family felt like the world was shifting and we needed to stay anchored.
Wait, but how did you find out that there was
Oh, because I was invited to the prayer line. I was invited, and it was a weekly prayer line because, I'll be honest, when I came out, it caused a rift between me and my brother at that time, and our family wasn't used to, like, having rifts, so this was the kind of the biggest major rift that we had, and our family grew up in the church, so all we know is pray about it, honey. Pray about it. If something's wrong, we gonna pray about it.
Not pray the gay away.
Pray the gay away. That is one thing I can't say. Nobody blatantly tried to pray my gay away.
Okay.
But my mom would do silly stuff like if we were in church, she would introduce me and my wife as her daughters. She found the cheat code. So people thought we were sisters. And I'm like, no, that's 100% my wife.
Having sex with your sister is wild.
But the part that's killer is people would tell my now ex-wife that she looked just like my mom. And I'm like,
Wait,
well, you know they say when you're around people long enough, you start to look like them.
Oh, you didn't know?
You were married to a woman?
I was in a whole 11-year bid with a woman, honey. I got the bid. That's a bid.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So you like really gay.
I'm gay on weekends now. I'm gay on weekends now.
Okay. I'm just taken back because I did not expect.
But you know what's funny about that though is I did live a hella gay life. I told you my ex-wife was a gold star, so like she wasn't playing none of that dibbling dabbling bi energy. So I didn't even feel comfortable living in my bisexuality back then. So I was strictly gay, honey. Okay. But once I got free, I was like, holla at me. But anyway, I still love my ladies. Call me, don't call me.
Yeah.
Anyway. Don't call me. I'm tired. I'm still recovering. I'm still recovering from my 11-year bid. I'm still recovering.
It's pride season. Slide in them DMs. Let me know if you want to go on a date. I can hook that up for you.
Period.
I'm audition. I got you. But I definitely understand that though, because like my mom, she's also religious. So like the K-Verdian churches, I had to keep my gay on the low. So I also, because the way I started out, I was bisexual because like I felt like I had to be in order for me to even be with a woman. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me pretend. And then my mom didn't want me to tell my family, so I had to keep it on the low. You have to be quiet about it. And then I just got to a point where I got tired of like hiding my truth. I'm like, y'all live y'all little straight ass life. What the hell? Ain't nobody tell you to keep it on the low.
Okay.
Like, no, I'm gay and I'm proud and here I am. If you don't like it, just be gone. I got tired of keeping secrets. I hated not living my truth. That's
a big piece.
It was so difficult. I was so stressed out, like dealing with guys that I'm like so not interested on, just cheating on them with girls.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
The way men be butthurt about that, but anyway, continue.
What's going on with
What's
you
up,
though?
Figs?
Yeah,
Figs said she's straight on the weekends. That's what
Okay.
Nah, but I think I didn't get my first crazy church experience until my my 20s.
Okay.
And I think the craziest church experience for me was when I tried to actually convert over to Christian.
I was there.
I ain't even gonna try to butcher it.
Good luck with that.
But you know what I mean, right?
I witnessed it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Her pants was tighter than mine.
Yeah, I tried. I actually was like interested. Like they almost got me. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, when I stepped foot into that church, and that woman, she's gonna remain nameless.
Okay. You looking for
brought me to the altar and put me in a headlock.
Nah, a headlock?
I'm talking about like, you seen the new Tinkerbell? Put me in the headlock.
That's when the Lord himself.
You know what I'm saying? And in Spanish, but I'm gonna say it in English, but in Spanish, she was like, man, it's better when I say it in Spanish. Yeah. Saca el diablo!
I would have been out.
And you know what that means is like, get the devil out of her! Get the devil out of her!
In a full-on headlock?
In a full-blown church service.
Oh, no.
No. You know what I'm saying? And I swear that's what brought me back to I'm a lesbian.
Not the prayer. Not the prayer brought you back. That's crazy. Not the prayer.
No, okay. Let me say this though. You can always feel when it's a good prayer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I felt fear. I felt fear in that moment.
Absolutely. And condemnation. Okay.
Yeah,
my God.
I felt fear, and I was just like, I ran out that church, and my brother could testify. I left out of that church. I went outside. I was like, what in the world was that?
It's scary. That being in that church was, and I know Tay about to jump on that too, because baby, we got some stories.
Yeah.
But I feel like I want to bring it home, but I'm gonna let Tay talk about hers first though, because baby, these churches.
Let us know.
I will say that I'm thankful for my mom.
Yeah.
My mom, again, being a pastor, being a Black woman, and also struggling with her own beliefs. Like, it had to be a lot. So I often think about, honestly, through therapy, because if it wasn't for therapy, I wouldn't be thinking about how my mother felt. I was mad at everybody for not protecting me, okay?
It'd be like
But I will say that I had that Black mom that was like, okay, that's still my child.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care, but that's my child. I had people, it's really crazy. I had people in the church not wanting me around their kids. I had a target, mind you, I was like, what, 15, 16? I had grown people in the church literally hating me outing me. She met some of the people. Like to this day, people still don't like me because I'm the gay girl that got away with being gay, and my mom was a pastor. Mind you, we had teenage mamas in the church. You know, I could have been out here, in the streets,
Right.
I'm like, I got a girlfriend. I'm not in the streets. I'm in the house. Like I'm hiding.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
But the only thing is because of who I love.
So it was a lot. The prayer meetings, the Bible studies. I done been sat down from choirs. It has been so much. But I will say that it's funny because I'm just saying, some of the adults in the church that really came after me had to come back to me because at least 2 of them, their kids turned out to be lesbians.
That's usually how it happens.
And then, so one of them literally had to come to me, and this one I called him my big bruh.
Yeah.
So when he turned to me, I was like, God damn, like imagine being 15, 16, all these aunties, uncles in the church, and now all of a sudden because you're gay, like they don't rock with you, like you're the enemy. But somebody literally had to come to me and tell me, my daughter thinks she's a lesbian, but she's struggling with it because of how I'm dealing with it. So they had to come back to me and be like, can you talk to my... And so I had to put my little, because my mother taught me better, but I was like, honestly, my initial thing was, fuck you and them kids.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
because I was hurt. I'm like, you literally, like, to be that young and to have adults coming after you. And it's just like, what?
I just gotta give a special shout out to the humans, the churches, the organizations that get it, right?
Right.
I know that there's a conflict of interest when it comes to religion versus the thought of homosexuality, but I feel like there's a lot of churches who find that welcoming space, right? Where you might not necessarily, you don't have to agree with it, but you respect it. You know what I mean? So I have to give a special shout out to people who understand the concept of, I don't necessarily have to subscribe to it, but it doesn't mean I have to condemn you for it. You understand me? So shout out to those people, because I came into, again, being a church kid, being condemned from the church was the biggest heartbreak of my entire life.
I want to take my life.
You understand me?
That was a dark space.
It hurt more than the family portion, you know what I mean?
Because that is your family in a sense. Like, that's how we're raised in black churches.
Church is all you knew. So for all these people that you grew up with now kind of whispering and having these side conversations about you like you're some black sheep, to walk into a space that I felt like was home, which is a church, but also feel welcome, people knowing who I was. I could walk in with the now ex-wife and we are welcome. People are trying to make us members of the church instead of telling us we have to change our ways before we can be a part of it. So I just want to thank those people out there that get it. I feel like we put too much emphasis on who we sleeping with, quite frankly. And at the end of the day, is it really anybody's business?
But also, I'm the type of person that don't look at who I'm sleeping with, because if I call you out about who you sleeping with, maybe you gonna hate me.
But first of all, please don't try to keep track of me, because you're just gonna be confused.
You are gonna be
confused.
You are gonna be confused.
I live my life, you live your life.
Period.
Being concerned about what someone's doing in their bedroom is wild.
It's so
because
wild.
that's the only thing. You're dating a human, I'm dating a human. You're worried about what I'm doing in my bedroom,
But I will say, as black and brown churches, we have to do better at protecting our queer babies.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, again, the amount of that dark place when your church turns against you. And these are the people you're supposed to go to pray, pray you through depression.
Thank you.
But I'm getting out of a church meeting where all these people are condemning me. I'm going home, and again, if it wasn't for my mother, I would have taken myself out of here. That is a very dark space. For one, you put me on this pedestal as a PK. I didn't ask to be in this room.
Yo,
I didn't ask to be here.
speaking of that, oh my God, I gotta tell y'all this story, right? Woo! Rest in peace to my grandmother. Pentecostal churches, Pentecostal Spanish churches.
That's an extra level.
Ain't nothing to play with. Like, literally, you can't wear pants, you can't wear earrings, you can't wear nails,
Skirts
none of
below
that.
the knees now.
Let alone you can't be gay, okay? Anyways, my grandmother's funeral, Pentecostal, I'm not gonna say no names, but they took it upon themselves to try to convert me at my grandmother's funeral.
Not while I'm mourning.
What?
Not while I'm mourning.
Yeah, and not directed towards me, but subliminally. I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I mean?
Absolutely. The subliminal shots, absolutely.
Yeah, as in they even got old stud that turned into converted her life to Jesus, and she was all dressed and skirt and all that, to preach at my grandmother's
Yikes.
funeral.
Yikes.
Why are they doing that at the funeral?
Exactly.
So when I tell you, like, I'm just through.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say because, like I said, I grew up in church faithfully every Sunday with my grandmother. Bible study, everything with my grandmother. And then, like, it just got worse as you get older. You know what I'm saying? It's just worse. Church hurt is real.
Yo, I'm gonna
Church
tell
hurt
you
is
this
real.
straight. I know how we got here, but let's just make it very clear. Church people, it's not your job to fix people. It's not your job to tell people what's wrong, right? Your job is to welcome them into the space for them to find healing and to find whatever needs to be fixed. And guess who determines that? Is God, or whatever it is that you believe in. It's not you. So if you could do anything, and if you want to be the best Christian or church person in the world, your only job is to love everybody. I promise you.
Because when did we get to this thing where love became with like stipulations?
Absolutely.
Like, you have to go down this list.
You
of
have to be
things.
like this to be worthy of love or worthy of care.
And also, if you want to throw it back in the Bible, it says Jesus died for all of our sins. So why are you judging what you consider is my sin if he said he paid?
Because y'all eating shellfish. No, sir.
Let's start playing with it.
But no, I don't want this to become a religious conversation.
And I was about to say, by all means, we are not bashing the church. This is our experience with, okay, because I don't play about God, and God don't play about me.
Absolutely not.
Amen. Okay.
That's the thing. I don't play about God. I don't play about Jesus. But
We talk
church
about
is not for
religion.
me.
Absolutely.
Religion is not for me. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't play about God or Jesus, but church and religion.
The
is
right,
not for
you
me.
know, for me, what religion is supposed to be is for me. It's the fact that humans have perverted it and made it their own and incorporated their own ego into it. But I know we're politicking this. I'm like, we're supposed to be talking about gayness right now. We got into religion. Oh, they turned it into politicking. And that's exactly what it is. It's a business. It's a corporation now. And everybody has to say the right things in order to get the right crowd to get the right tithes.
Right.
Because you know, don't nobody ever skip tithing time. So I feel like church just kind of lost their way as far as what we're supposed to be here for. Like, if we're supposed to be living the life of Jesus, if we read what he did, he was hanging with the prostitutes. He was hanging with any and everybody.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're all souls that need healing, even you. Come on. If you want to give your life to the Lord right now, come on. Send us an email.
Find the Lord in a day.
Okay. You want a date and to find the Lord. Only here at Inside the Maze.
But I want to touch on something real quick if we have time. I know you talked about the situation with your brother. I know I want to give a big props to my brother, Big DJ. My dad didn't take it, so, you know. I was his baby girl, and I don't know why the hell he thought that I was lying to everybody else about me being gay. I don't know what he thought made him he was special.
Yeah.
I lied to him too.
Yeah.
But he was, you know, he took it harder than everybody. But so that was like, it shook my world because I'm a daddy's girl. Like, I don't play about my dad. So when he stopped talking to me from like 18 to 22 to 24.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Some of my most, like, you know, for a woman, like, that's my most, you know. But I do thank my brother not having any kids, not knowing, like, he stepped up and he created this barrier around me, church people, and he went head to head with ministers, pastors, people's kids. He did not care. So I'm thankful for him. So I can't understand how I would feel that if my brother and my father would have, you know, but I do have the hurt of one parent. So how did, you know?
Oh, well, God rest his soul, my dad wasn't around for me to even have to worry about his impact. And my brothers, I have one brother that he's like the definition of non-judgmental. Like, you could literally tell him I just killed somebody yesterday. He'd be like, all right, where we putting the body? No questions asked, you know what I'm saying? So with him, I didn't have to really worry about anything. There was still some, I feel like with every member of my family, there was kind of like this buffer period where they didn't know how to approach it, what to say, or what to do. So everybody just kind of stayed away from it. But when we get put like in a space where we all got to be together and you can't run away from it, that's when I really got to see everybody's true colors. Like I said, it took a little warming up. My family, first of all, you don't even, regardless gay, straight, or whatever, it takes a little bit to get into this family. You understand me? The Poe family is a little bit different. We're a little bit different. So it was a struggle. I'm not gonna act like it was all peaches and cream, but I'm grateful for my family. That's what I call my very close friends. We kind of like all came out together. And if it wasn't for that support system, my usual suspects, my bestie, I don't want to out people, so I'm not gonna say names. But yo, I just felt like I had such a community of friends around me during that time. So not having that family support didn't hit as hard because I could easily go to my family who had family that accepted me and didn't care about any of that. So I was able to find it outside of my household, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. Because it was the same for me. Like, again, I didn't grow up with a father, so I don't know what it's like to be like, hey, Dad. Like, no. So, but luckily, I will say I'm so grateful that I had siblings because if it wasn't for my sister and my brother, like they knew when I was in high school. Even though I didn't come out until 28 years old officially. You know, everybody knew.
Right.
But,
that's how it always is.
But when I first knew I was, my brother and my sister was my first person I went to, and they accepted me immediately. No hesitation. They didn't care. I think my sister got mad at me one time, and I think I kissed a girl when I was 16, and she was like, "Don't do that shit in front of me." But then after that, you know, I got older. It's like you gonna get used to that. But now she don't care. My sister don't care at all. She's hella supportive. My brother's so supportive. Like he's my rock. He's like you know, a father figure to me. So I'm very blessed that I had them too to like help me throughout my journeys of like just trying to be comfortable with myself. So shout out to my siblings.
Yeah, shout out to the supporters, man. Our allies.
My brothers, they
come on, come on. They was in the clubs.
Honestly, they just accepted me and was like, "Where the
where they at?"
That's the good side, because bros would be like, "Oh, you about to be around all the pretty girls?"
We went hunting together. So.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
That is fun, because I did that with my brother too. I'm like, we're both single. Let's go find some.
That's what happens.
But I do want to shout out my twin, my Aggie ass brother, behind the camera right now. This man, straight as can be, but he supported me and went to gay clubs with me, got hit on and everything, and it never fazed him. He always went with me, so shout out to him.
I witnessed his twerk game. Listen, I witnessed his twerk game. I'm putting that on camera. I see why you was getting hit on, baby. I see why you was getting hit on.
When I had him, he had the little curly long hair. When I had him, he had the bust down and the curly, you know. Baby was outside.
But no, shout out to our allies and siblings that hold us down in a really tough time. Because honestly, trying to understand yourself while trying to understand the world, there's trying to understand you is crazy.
And we're minorities,
It's a lot.
That's why I said the fact that we team up on our own people. It doesn't make any sense. That's one thing is what throws y'all off. Like,
because all Black lives matter. Let's put it all together. Black lives matter, not just the heterosexual ones.
We're not gonna get into the Boston community. Get into that.
Listen, what would you say, what are you looking forward to with it being Pride Month coming? What are we looking forward to for Pride Month?
Coming outside. Y'all don't know how to be prideful and be
just happy.
Be happy. All these cliques, all this judgment. Y'all worried about stud, this, that, and all these labels, all this. And then we go to other states and it's so much love. Like this state is so cliquey. I don't care what part of we're talking about is so cliquey.
So
what I'm looking forward to is some rest, because I will be in the house unless the paycheck is attached to something. That too. Because you know, I am a city girl, okay? No, but I'm looking forward to rest unless something is attached to a paycheck.
Where the paycheck is at?
Clearly Figs' brain is in
For real, she thinking about titties, and that's
Let us know she's trying to take us out.
Period.
Believe it or not, I never even been to Boston Pride. I never been to a Pride.
So you know what? We gotta pop your pride.
It's by choice. This is by choice.
We gotta pop your pride.
I've never been to Pride.
No, we have to.
Because Insidethemaze does Pride pretty lit.
Okay.
Shout out to Boston Urban
See you
Pride.
soon.
Shout out to Blue. Shout out to all of them. I feel like
Boston Black Pride.
Boston Black. They switched it up. Boston Black Pride. Period. But I just feel like when the way Inside the Maze does it, it's a little VIP experience.
Okay.
So, you feel me?
Got your little VIP.
We gotta pop a little pride cherry.
We might have to take you outside a little bit.
Might have to pull up to an event.
I don't gotta pay you. So you coming out for free?
But I actually appreciate your standpoint. I was gonna call you Figs, Lord Tay. I appreciate your standpoint because I'm literally the definition of gay is happy. So can we go back to that?
Right,
Yes.
like why are we
Can
doing?
we just get back to that?
It's too many of us in this city to have all this
Hold on.
different.
Hold on, but it's a little different when studs see studs.
Y'all got
That's y'all shit.
What's the problem?
And you know what? I don't even want to be called a stud.
I
I'm
feel
not
you.
a stud, okay?
The studs
Because
are
if you see
unstable.
me from Monday to Friday, my ass is out, okay? My pants is all the way up to my motherfucking crack, and you can see my whole. I got a Coca-Cola bottle.
You gotta. Don't let the jersey.
Figs said it.
That made me say it.
Oh,
Such a No, but for real though, like I don't want to be labeled as a stud anymore. I'm just comfortable in what I wear, and like I said, Monday through Friday, I look so girly, like you don't even know. Okay, so
hips.
no more labels for Figs. 2024.
No more labels, period.
No more labels, period. Cause don't come up to me asking me.
Period.
Don't do it.
I'm all of the
No,
above.
seriously.
All of the above. That's what I am.
Okay.
Cause I be finding some men attractive too sometimes.
Period.
What do you like? You, her, him, they, them, us, we?
What?
Don't ask me questions.
If you like horses, that's on you, but that's not where I'm at.
That's what we said. Humans. You, him, her.
I just admitted that on
Bestiality, you know?
Furries.
No,
Fur baby?
fuzzy, something. I don't know, but that's a whole nother topic. But anyway,
I just admitted that on camera. I'm
you
just gonna
definitely
walk
did.
off right now.
I mean, don't walk off. No need to be ashamed. Not during Pride Month.
Not doing Pride.
What? About to wrap it up. About to wrap it up. Let everybody know where they can find you, Tay.
So you can find me at Simply Tasha Bay on Instagram. That's it, because I'm not giving out my Facebook. It's way too.
That's it.
That's it.
Figs Reyes on everything.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram, nighttime sky, .2.
And y'all already know where y'all can find me, man. Ms. Mofilla on everything. That's it.
That's it.
That's
And
it.
make sure y'all follow Inside the Maze.
Make sure you
Inside
follow,
Bay.
like, subscribe, all that good shit.
All that. Tell us your coming out story in the comments. We want to read it. Let us know how it was for y'all. We interested. Come on, family.
And
Happy Pride.
pull up on us. We'll be outside. If you see us, pull up on us. Send us some invites if you want us to pull up. Let us know.
We trying to be outside.
Trying to be
with pride.
outside.
We outside. Happy Pride.